to sleep in, but...
No!
What did you do?
Whoops.
I see you shiver.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
But it's not my place to judge why people like a weird thing. I never do that.
Then what are you for?
Treachery to intellectual integrity.
Drooling, blithering idiots.
Absolute moral chaos.
What the is wrong with you? What the
What I'm saying is the planet's on fucking fire.
Life is chaos of nothing.
Life is sacred.
Welcome, everybody!
Hey there!
Sorry for all the false starts. We fucked up as always, as we were trying to set up the chats ahead of time, and some of the key buttons got pressed and everything.
So, you got to see my ugly mug for
before we were supposed to watch it.
Yeah, before we were supposed to watch everything.
But anyway, my name is Spider.
And I'm Alexander.
And this is the Freak and the Deviant, episode -17. I remembered. I remember this
17.
time. Negative
Wow.
7 fucking teen. I can't believe we're doing this. But yeah, so thank you all for watching. Thank you all for listening. This is the show about the freak and deviant's behavior. Any kind of thing that might label you a freak or a deviant by regular society. That is exactly what we're personalized. What we dabble on. I don't know what the...
Dabble in?
Dabble in?
on?
Dabble
Dabbling
on.
on something sounds a little kinky. I enjoy that.
I want to dabble in you, baby. But yeah, we got reactions right away. Knives, my favorite episode.
Yep.
So yeah, on this episode, we have an idea of talking about that we have not mentioned for some weird reason. I'm not dabbing. We gotta dab on the comments. Nope, not happening. But yeah, so we talked about the knife play act, right? Which is actually fairly common, and
Yeah,
we haven't
knife play.
mentioned it. So yeah, one of our listeners mentioned to talk about knife play and how to do it safely. So
Definitely a recommendation. Speaking of recommendations, if you do have a recommendation, you can, I guess, shoot us an email at freakingdeviant.com.
Nope,
Or sorry,
freakingdeviant@gmail.com.
gmail.com. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I'm a little tired today. Can you tell?
I am exhausted, but I am on a lot of caffeine right now after eating some mole. We ate some mole.
Yeah,
that I
we ate
cooked
some mole.
earlier.
It was really good.
So I'm pretty excited.
Rice was fantastic.
What the fuck is that? I didn't write that. There's an omega sign, and I don't know what happened.
12 equals omega. I don't even know what
is that
that
the square
is.
root symbol?
I think that is the square
And then
root
there's
symbol.
the C thing. I don't know. Sorry, we're talking about the screen right now. But yeah, so sorry, lost my train of thought.
Yeah, so if you do have any recommendations or thoughts about the show, you can shoot us an email.
Freakingdeviant@gmail.com.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the parade was on Saturday. It was awesome. You missed it, but
I'm
you were
kinda
there in
bummed.
spirit, and then that logo was on the skirt of the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like this particular piece of cloth was hanging off the float. So there's some memorabilia in the room here from that parade. I do have a picture to show later on if we get into it. But I lost my train of thought so fast.
Wow. Wow.
You freak. Oh, so the point I was trying to make is all the parade stuff had been sitting in my living room since the day after.
Mm-hmm.
I've been exhausted. My muscles were hurting for 2 days straight. So I finally took a bath, I think Monday night, and finally felt better yesterday. So yesterday, I just took the day to do other things. I actually went and destroyed the float in about 2 hours. The float came down, every pieces of wood and equipment and ready to picked up. In about 2 hours, I finished everything. All it took is one energy drink. And after that, today, since noon, I started cleaning this house. All the equipment, materials, everything that had been brought up, all put up. I also cleaned the floors, and then I basically mommied this place out. And as if that wasn't bad enough, I made dinner for everybody that showed up today. So... So how's your day going?
It's going pretty well. Pretty well. I have not had such an eventful day. I just worked. That's all I did. Oh, and did some planning for stuff.
For
So,
stuff. That sounds vague.
It is intentionally vague.
We're gonna talk about knives, and we got D-Love saying, "Should have rubbed one out before you started." Sound distracted.
You have no idea.
Oh, that's exciting. Anyway, so knife play. What do we want to talk about?
Well, knife play.
How do we start this?
Well, knife play comes in a variant of things, right? So,
I finally got a hit on Christian Mingle, Alex.
I did not.
You still haven't used it, right?
I still haven't used it.
Good for you.
I might actually. I don't know. Should I put that up on Pornhub? Me exploring Christian Mingle.
Yes, I'm down. That
You're
sounds
down.
entertaining.
You're down.
Yes.
Okay, I'll start getting that set up. Me just exploring Christian Mingle.
Speaking
as,
of Pornhub, we don't have to eat any of the spicy shit because we did not make $1,000
no, we did.
on the GoFundMe.
We did not reach our goal, so you guys don't get to watch us suffer. I'm very
Sorry, guys.
Oh well.
But there's a lot of condoms with the website for this podcast floating around in Austin. The video and the audio are in sync. Yeah.
All right. First
fixed the
time for
problem.
everything.
It's not the first time. It's the first time since he was in the.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
But yeah, everything's good.
Yeah,
we
so
haven't had a whole lot of fuck ups in the podcast yet, except for, well, the time it was going on, I accidentally pressed the button and you could see him playing with a knife. So sorry about that, or you're welcome. Either way.
I was good. I don't think it was the knife. I think I was just sitting there.
Well,
And
you had the knife like this. You were.
I thought it was
just.
I just had the vape.
I did it twice, by the way.
Oh, why?
Because I'm dumb.
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
impulsive and I was pressing buttons. And this is a shiny one.
Don't stop the stream.
Yeah, I press a button. God damn it! That computer was supposed to be off. Please don't message me right now, whoever is watching.
Oh my god! Don't.
This is
Why
not
would
the
you
time.
tell? Why would you tell people that? Oh my goodness.
I'll put a towel on that computer over there. I have no idea what happened. Anyway, so how are you doing?
Pretty good. Pretty good. I'm excited. We're talking about knives today. I also wanted to bring up masturbation habits.
Masturbation habits. So I'm
Today,
assuming
yeah.
we're talking about how often or what kind of masturbation.
Not only how often, what kind, but what you do during it. You know, it's different for people of all both. Yeah, it's different for every person, right?
Yeah.
Every individual has a different masturbation habit, and that is something that is not typically shared with partners.
That's interesting.
Between partners.
You're right. I mean, I don't feel the need to announce. I also don't tell my partner when I take a shit.
I mean, that's
it's a
fair.
need that you have to get out of, and it doesn't mean
That's
they
fair.
have to know.
I don't announce. We don't just walk in the room. I am masturbating, and then just close the door, and then
You have that habit of saying "enjoy your urination" when somebody goes to pee.
yeah, because they say I'm going to use the restroom, and I tell them to enjoy their urination, because
I have this weird habit of when somebody's in my house and asking, "Where's the restroom?" And like, "Is the room with a toilet and a mirror? Do you see a bed? Don't shit in it."
yeah, which is really confusing.
Like a simple. Why is that confusing?
No.
To me, it's a so weird thing to ask, in my
I
opinion.
mean, I guess so for like
Like, it's a polite thing. I just don't understand manners.
for a small house, it isn't so bad. For like my house, you could be wandering around
that's true.
forever and
So if you
never
have
find that toilet.
I understand. So if you have a bigger house, you need directions.
Yeah.
I would put arrows on the floor, kind of like a hospital, where you like follow the red line.
I would just put in a weird like nightlight, one of those nightlights that has like an odd color and it's just super bright. So like it's the glowing green room. That's
Paint
the one.
Paint the door. Oh, put like a bathroom sign on the door.
Oh, that would work.
That's
yeah.
brilliant. I mean, that's what bathrooms are, right? Like
I don't know. I want my toilet to glow green.
Well, I mean, that one does. Nobody can see it, but there's a glowing door in the room.
I mean, no, but I mean like have the toilet literally glow. So when you walk in there, you're like,
They sell LEDs that you put in the toilet.
I want these. I want my
Yeah.
toilet to glow green. So when they go in there, they know something's wrong with that toilet.
Why would they think there's something wrong with the toilet just because it's lighter?
What? Just because it's glowing green?
What I would do is, you know what you can do? If you put food dye in the tank, when they flush, the water will turn the color of the water in the tank. They used to do that with that blue stuff. Mm-hmm. They used to put some kind of colorant thing. They are super cool. Mine was purple. Somebody actually has used it. I put signs on my rooms for parties. I'm reading comments, by the way. I just started jumping into it.
Yeah,
I'm reading comments on Twitch. It
Don't
says
read all of that.
I shouldn't read it.
I don't know.
It says, oh, yeah, no, I'm not reading that out loud. Anyway, thank you guys for joining us and listening and joining the conversation. We appreciate that. That's what makes the podcast interesting, at least to us. Listening to us idiots just talk is not necessarily the most entertaining thing. However, responding to weird comments on the internet, that is where the fun is at. What kind of weirdo enjoys that?
Me. I enjoy it.
Me too.
I enjoy it
Freak.
thoroughly. I know. Shut up, Deviant.
By the way, I'm wearing the shirt for the parade that I was. Some people on the group got this, the people that paid for it. Also, some of the people that actually put enough money in the GoFundMe, as I said, did get a shirt. So yeah,
Thank you
I
guys
paid
very
off
much.
all the people that helped out. Thank you guys so much. The parade was amazing. Actually, I'm gonna show a picture of it. Where is it? There it is. So nope, that's the wrong thing. That's the one. There it is. That's the group picture of the whole float and everybody that was dancing around it. Everybody looked amazing. So good. So fun. So I had a great time. Anyway, Sensation Plate.
Sensation. I mean,
Isn't that what it is? I was actually trying to fuck with you.
well,
but
okay. So
is Knife Play Sensation Play?
well, it can be. So there's definitely people who like blades being dragged across their skin, not necessarily cutting into the skin. And you can use blades in a variety of ways. Everything from cold play, as we talked about last week, not the band, and just general sensation play of metal on skin. And then you can get into the more deeper stuff of actually cutting someone. So when it comes to actually cutting someone in knife play, there's a lot that needs to be discussed before you just haul off and cut somebody. First of all, I would definitely watch someone else do knife play cutting, right? And take notes. I am the kind of person who actually takes notes at these things, right? So I actually jot down what they're doing that I want to do, what they are doing, what I don't want to do, what questions I have for the individual, and then I wait till after they're done and then go up and ask these questions. I'm also really weird, so, most people don't do that. They just keep it in their head, but I'm terrible about that, and I learn more if I write it down.
Well, you want to be informed, and you're a note taker. I understand that.
I mean, yeah. It also helps me keep things straight.
Well, you have a memory thing too, right?
Yeah, I
With
also
the
do
B12.
it because my memory is not great. I keep working on my memory, but there's only so much you can do with the chemical imbalance. So
Yeah. But so you have any recommendations for people that want to start playing with knives?
So-
What is the first step?
the first step for starting with knife play is not grabbing a knife and cutting yourself. That is a bad. Don't do that. Just don't do that.
Well, is it not part of the? It's not part of the fun is the fact someone else is doing it. It's kind of like tickling. You can't tickle yourself because you know it's coming, right?
Yeah.
That's just a fact. So cutting yourself might not give you the same amount of pleasure that someone else doing it,
Right.
if that's your thing.
Right. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is any of your partners who want to do it, or who you want to do the person who's cutting. I'm going to try and talk now. I don't think it's going to succeed.
You're getting stuck on them.
The people. Okay, so you have a partner and you want to get cut, and they want to cut. Where do you guys basically start? That's what I was trying to say for like the last 5 minutes, and it just didn't work. It didn't come
You're
out.
almost there. You're almost
I'm
there.
almost there. For today, it's just.
Oh
it's
no!
just
I
one of
dropped the
those
knife.
days.
Sorry. Stupid. That knife is not very stable. But yeah. So one of those suggestions, at least from my personal experience, is you've said this before. We touched on this of know your limits. Mm-hmm. However, like as of right now, I actually do have a partner that does not know their limits just yet. Particularly that knife right there is a little sharper than I expected it to be, and it became a problem because I was like, my rule is I don't draw blood. I don't do that, and we got some blood out of it by accident. Not a whole lot, but it's like the cut went deeper than it's supposed to, and it's just one of those. You
Yeah.
have to check your knives. You got to know what you're doing with it.
Test your knives. Test all of that stuff beforehand. Before you know exactly what's going to happen before it happens.
Always, yeah. That's just like anything else. Be prepared. Be prepared. No,
Good.
too soon. No, I'm such an idiot.
So that's the thing with knives. When you first start getting into knives,
Okay, that's a problem. My son's wide awake. Keep talking. I'll be right back.
okay, when you first start getting into knives, and you, oh goodness, okay, don't. Sorry about that, everyone. Yeah, that was a bit of an oops, and now I'm by myself. So I guess I'll go into more knife stuff. So typically you'll want to get knives that won't. A lot about knife play is about maintaining knives, maintaining your knives, maintaining how their quality and what they are and stuff like that. your quality of knife is going to be based on personal preference a lot of the time. Though I would advise getting something that is a little bit better and more designed for actual use than your average steak knife.
I'm back. I'm a professional.
You can use larger knives, though I would advise against it. I would actually advise smaller knives are better because you can usually they have more finesse with them, and you're also not at risk when you're using a smaller knife.
So do you suggest? Damn it! Would you suggest a regular like hunting kind of knife or more like razor blades? I heard people cutting themselves with needles.
Needles,
a whole
needles
thing.
are a whole other thing. You can use needles to cut yourself if you want to, especially needles are good for scratching, and there's lots of really good implements that are used for scratching. My favorite are called vampire gloves. They are
Vampire glove. Oh,
yeah, they're gloves
are
with
those the ones with the needles sticking
with
out?
the needles sticking out of the hand.
I think I said a story about this the first time I learned of someone being kinky. They gave me a glove and they're like, "Why is there needles in it?" And they said it was for spanking.
Yes.
And that was like, fuck, what?
Yeah, they can be used for spanking. They can also be used, what I typically use them for is for scratching, where you run the hand along the back or the butt or the thigh or wherever the person likes to be scratched, and it will scratch fairly well.
Let's see, we got a comment here. Query, I've had knife blade done on me before, but I like doing it on myself as well. Where's the line for self-harm?
So self-harm is actually going to be based on, what you're getting out of it. Is it like anything? Is it because you are enjoying the sensation, or is this for a different reason? You know.
Because there's always a line where you're emotionally, you're trying to hurt yourself, not because. So yeah, if it's pleasure, I don't think. Is there a line? I mean, I'm pretty sure at some point you're cutting too deep, right? It's pretty obvious when you start seeing muscle and shit. I've cut myself like depression back in Mexico when I was, probably 12 or something. And I just I had this weird thing about cutting my arm. I actually used to cut like initials of like people that piss me off or something. I don't know why. This was not supposed to be therapy. Would you fucking stop messaging me? Who's bothering me? I might have to go fuck with that computer.
Go
I don't
kill
know.
people.
Yeah,
This
this is infuriating. No, I'm just gonna change the audio to not have any.
Yeah, so
yeah,
I mean, all of it is technically self-harm. Obviously, if you are hurting yourself, that is self-harm. But when it comes to intention, if your intention is to not damage yourself, if it is to sort of get a sort of sensation that is enjoyable or pleasurable, if you are slightly masochistic or something like that, is not really that bad. Though I would definitely advise someone to be around just in case.
Yeah, anything that involves physical danger, you want somebody to check. Just like we were talking about anything about choking, tying up, you want a spotter. You
definitely want a
something that you
spotter.
can actually end up over bleeding and you have no idea what to do. You might be in shock. You might pass out before you notice something's wrong. It's always useful to do with a friend. It's always for pleasure. I always have a spotter. Cool. Speaking of bleeding and spotting,
All right. All right.
period sex joke. Sorry, I just
That was a great segue. Sure, we can talk about it.
we already talked about it
yeah,
when David was here. So
that's right. That's
so it's but yeah, no, knife play is one of those. I think it's one of the ones I've done the most of all the kinks that I can think of. I've tied people off. I definitely choke a little bit, but knife play is something that has definitely been more preeminent. Did I say that right?
Prevalent?
Prevalent, that's the word. I lost it. Having medical knowledge is a plus. Absolutely, that's
yes,
correct.
definitely. Knowing where to cut and where not to cut.
Yeah.
That is something that I wish I could dive more in depth, but I would require a
Training.
Well, I have the training. It's the.
You need to. Well,
I would need like a diagram to show you.
oh, you
I'm
want
still
to do?
working-
You want
I'm
to do
still-
like an Animaniacs? The United States, Mexico, Canada. Oh, no, remember that shit?
Yeah, it was
I
good.
love that song. Sorry.
We're really bad at that song whenever we sing it.
Oh, we never got to learn it. I gotta memorize
Yeah,
it.
we got to memorize it.
The country song by Animaniacs. There's a
Good
karaoke
stuff.
version. I made the karaoke version. I forgot about that. Oh, I'm so happy.
Yeah, having medical knowledge is definitely a good thing. You can do a lot of research beforehand.
It says use yourself as a diagram.
I mean,
You want a Sharpie? Let me.
Yeah,
I'll
you
take my
want a
shirt off. Let's
Sharpie?
do this.
Where to cut, where not to cut.
Like not right here.
Yeah,
This is a bad spot right
no,
in the neck.
central column, stay away from central column. Yeah, you definitely just anything that is like head width down, just don't start there.
I don't think I've ever seen anybody cut faces. Like I put knives on people's mouths and like cheeks, but not ever to cut. It's just because they like to feel the blade. You know, you want to feel the cold knife, and that's a turn on. But I don't. I think the skin on the face is a little too sensitive, so you never want to cut the face. At least that's my opinion. So to go for the femoral.
Yeah, don't do that.
I wonder if this probably happened, right? That people like actually hurt each other. Like, you know, they're about to break up. He wants her dead, and they pretend it's play, and he kills her. Is that happened? feel like it has to.
Probably don't do that.
It's the internet. I don't know. It's just weird ideas. Never too sensitive. Well, again, there are some people that like pain everywhere. In my opinion, the face is not a good spot. But I do have a scar on my fucking face, so I'm a little sensitive about fucking up
I
faces.
mean, slapping is a thing.
You will be charged regardless.
That's fair, but
Oh yeah, I didn't say it was an excuse as much as a guy tricked a girl into letting him kill her, which that's also happened, right? When that guy like posted a thing about like let's eat my dick together or some shit.
I have no idea. The only thing that comes to mind is the guy who was actually was it acquitted because his wife or something choked on his dick because it was so big.
Oh my
and
god!
actually died.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and he was acquitted because he was like, no, my junk is just that
That's
big.
not my fucking fault. Did he have to show that in court?
And yes, he showed it in court.
Oh
and
my god!
And as far as I remember, it got acquitted. I don't
That's
really know that
amazing.
you're gonna have to look that one up.
Oh, well, probably.
I just
will.
remember stories about these things.
That is fucked up. I was thinking that's amazing. I was thinking there was a lawsuit where like the husband sued his wife because she was fucking him too hard while she's on top and actually broke his penis. And that became a lawsuit where he sued his own wife, which, I mean, she did damage by not having sex responsibly. Fucking hump responsibly, people. Like
Never on a table. Just don't do it on a table.
Why do you have a thing? We gotta make a shirt out of this. You have a thing against fucking on tables.
It is the number one cause for broken penises.
The table.
Yes,
Is it
fucking
like
on the
regular
table.
dining tables or like a coffee table?
As far as I know, it is just tables.
How are we still getting noise? You saw me change the audio to the headphones so that there is no audio. Something's fucked up. I don't know what to do.
It's fine. We'll just continue onward.
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, is it even audible?
I have no idea. They'll let me know.
Yeah, if you can hear
It's gonna get annoying
uh,
on the podcast that they keep hearing. It's kind of loud in the room, but fuck it. Anyway, what does that say? If the dick don't fit, you must quit. Yep. So he can hear it. So sorry,
that
guys.
sucks.
I can't. Like I went to the computer. Is it this computer?
Is it
Oh,
that
it's probably
computer?
this one actually, not the other computer. Yeah, this one has the audio all the way up. It's probably this one, because this one's also connected to Facebook. Fucking hell. Because I did turn the speakers of that one into headphones. But anyway, more about knife play. What other things are weird?
So knife play, obviously, right? You should first, if you're completely new to it, definitely talk to someone who has done it before. And there's all sorts of lovely communities out there for knife
Absolutely.
play.
That's such a common one.
It's a very common one. You likely know someone or know someone who is very into knife play or has done knife play a lot and can tell you some of the pitfalls and stuff to not fall into when you're doing knife play.
Can you give an example of what one of those pitfalls, like something that you would warn people about before they do it?
So something that I would warn people about is how sharp the knife is, right? Most people when they start knife play,
You want to show how? Check that.
Yeah, so generally speaking, when you have a knife, right, when you're trying to check for sharpness, a lot of people do like this. They bring it across, they bring their thumb the wrong way on the blade so they don't cut themselves,
Yeah.
right? This knife is actually not particularly good for knife play because of the serration, but we'll get into that later.
Well, I use it, but I only use the tip, obviously.
Yeah,
I don't put the whole knife. I'm not trying to cut someone open.
Don't use serrated knives. Don't use serrated knives.
Simple advice.
For any of that. But that doesn't necessarily tell you how good the cutting material is. The only thing that will tell you how good a cutting implement is by cutting something.
Is there a particular material that is suggested?
So, a typical thing, the thing that I use is leather, but that's not great, considering that it can be quite tougher, but it is actually somewhat good depending on the types of leather that you use. Something like calf skin is actually incredibly good, but a lot of people don't have just a bunch of calf skin laying around.
I don't even know what that is.
So when you're testing out knives, test it on something that is going to imitate what you are cutting.
So if you have like a steak in the fridge,
yeah,
is that a good thing to try
it on the knife, then clean off the blade.
I think a shoe might be the
is
most
also
common
good.
Source of leather. A belt, maybe?
Shoe,
some
belt,
leather.
You know,
that you
cut something with it.
Just kind of put an average amount of pressure as if you were, I don't know, slicing bread.
As if you were slicing open, or how much pressure you're going to apply on your partner.
Yeah.
And then if you actually cut into the material, you will know how sharp your knife is.
Yeah.
And you will be able to do that. But you should always test your knives
so presumably
before
like
cutting.
X-Acto knife, not a good idea.
X-Acto knives are usually a little bit too
much.
much.
What is that surgical thing?
Scalpel?
A scalpel, don't do that.
Unless you know your scalpels really well, or...
Well, the problem, if I'm not mistaken, the sharper the fucking thing is, the less you feel the pain.
Yes.
And the more damage you're actually doing.
Yeah.
Because you can... No food products, please.
Yeah, generally speaking, you want to shy away from, like, food product unless you are really good at cleaning knives.
So the whole steak thing. Oh, God, I'm an idiot. So don't test it on a chicken.
Yeah, don't
and then
test
put it on a person.
and then
That's
put it
probably
on
a bad move.
person. Yeah, that's a bad move.
I actually didn't think of that.
Yeah, clean
I
your
was just talking about
blades.
the night before even. Okay. I don't mean right beforehand. I'm just,
That's what you do is you just stick it straight into a raw chicken and then stab someone with it. That's all I'm saying.
What a weird... You just came up with a terrorist attack right there.
Oh my God.
You're trying to poison people.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the stab is going to do more damage than the raw
salmonella.
chicken.
Oh my God.
Yeah, don't cut somebody with a raw chicken knife.
Obviously.
It's bad. Don't just go to your kitchen, pull out the knife that you have for like cutting up meat, and then just go cut someone with that. Don't do that. Buy knives specifically for cutting.
I would sanitize your blades before and after a knife play. That's after. I forgot about that part, by the way. Clean your
after.
Actually, clean all your toys, not just knives. By the way, a dildo or anything you use, they sell toy cleaner at the same shop you bought the thing.
And no, saliva doesn't count as cleaning it.
Actually, soap is bad too. It has to be sanitized.
Well, there's sanitizer that you can actually buy that is meant for sanitizing your toys.
Because there is some soap that will actually eat the
yes,
product.
you generally want safe for sensitive skin soap. That's what you should use on your toys. Now, not all safe for sensitive skin soap is usable on that, but definitely do a little bit of research.
Now, speaking of knives and sex toys, a dishwasher, is that suggested? Recommended?
I would not recommend it for any of my toys that I have, even though my toys are metal and are significantly easier to clean in the dishwasher. They'll actually survive. I still don't use a lot of my toys in the dishwasher. First of all, that's a little weird to have a metal dildo sticking out of the dishwasher while you're trying to do the pots and pans.
Especially if you have roommates that might like open it. What the fuck? It's just
yeah, don't. For knife play,
there
don't
is soap
use...
specific for knives, no dishwasher.
Yeah.
Well, I'm assuming because you can actually run a dishwasher just to sanitize, just the heat.
Well, okay, so a couple things about
like
washing knives in a dishwasher. First of all, if you put them point down, they might get nicked.
Nicked?
Yeah, so something might brush up against the knife, and then will actually damage the blade, or will cause light abrasions to the blade, and it will not cut as well, and you can actually tear skin with that, which is not the purpose.
Got it.
So if you put it point up, however, it is dangerous for you to get the knife out of the dishwasher. So there's really no good way of using it. They have actually specially designed holsters for knives.
People do wash knives, right?
Yeah, but you typically, for any high quality knife, you should use hand wash it. You should just hand wash your knives.
Interesting. Am I fucking up those sushi knives I have? Now I'm thinking personally, like nothing to do with knife play. But
Knife play,
I have
but
very
actually,
expensive sushi knives lying around. I just throw them in the fucking dishwasher.
Yeah, so
I'm lazy.
But you can always get them sharpened. Do get your knives sharpened. You don't have to sharpen your knives every single session, obviously. However, you should be inspecting your knives, and there are several different things. If you can't see abrasion yourself, you can get a jeweler's loupe and look at the blade itself. Typically at standard magnification for jeweler's loupes, you'll be able to see large nicks and abrasions that you'll actually be able to feel on the actual knife. And then whenever that happens, you simply go get it sharpened, and then you go back to your normal knife stuff. But after you do get it sharpened, test your knife again, right? So,
What does that say? For buddy use knives, always hand wash, preserves the knife, and guarantees sanitation every time.
yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
very typical.
I feel like she should have been on the fucking podcast. Like, she seems to have done some research more than we are thinking of.
Yeah, so sanitizing is incredibly important for knives. Anything that draws blood is going to be incredibly important that you sanitize every single time.
This brings to mind, you talked about some of the kink parties you've been to, that one of the rules is no aerosolized
No
blood.
aerosolized blood.
You want to explain, like, because that's just an interesting subject. But that basically means they don't want blood to be sprayed.
Yes.
And who thinks that that's what's gonna happen when you spank a bloody ass person? You know what I mean? Like, it's counterintuitive. Like, when you told me about that, I'm like, wait, what? And then 2 seconds of thought, I'm like, oh. You see someone, you cut someone's back and their ass has a nice layer of blood, and you spank that, or with a fucking whip, or what do you call it?
Or a flogger.
A flogger. You hit that, it's gonna spray blood everywhere, and whatever diseases or infections or something.
If they have any diseases or
Yeah,
infections.
now they're in the air, which very dangerous. So usually there's a rule against that in parties where that's happening.
And usually they have separate rooms for it. Like, if you go, there are separate rooms where you have the individual. It's sort of like a viewing room
Do
where
they
you
have
have
like a Dexter, sanitized
It's very
murder
similar,
room with plastic
yeah.
everywhere?
Yeah, it's basically like
that is so cool.
Yeah, sometimes it's not like that, but I like the ones that look definitely like Dexter, where everything's covered in plastic, and then like the person is like, you're like looking into like a
Honestly, I can
thing of Dexter.
I can picture some people having a fantasy of being in a Dexter room table covered in, like, naked, covered in the plastic. You know what I mean? Just some
I've
nice
seen
play.
stuff like that. It is cool.
That's
so
fascinating,
neat.
because that takes. I think one of the things that fascinates me about that particular show is that he took passion, like work. It was hours setting that fucking room, and he was excited about it. Like, just the room got him excited, and I that's so fucking interesting. And I never thought about it as a kinky thing.
Oh yeah, it's
Jump
definitely
onto
kinky.
this second, I'm like, there's got to be someone who wants to be like an ex-Dexter victim and somebody cosplaying him.
Basically, and there's tons of art in kink like that. Like, people who do basically performance art in their kink. So like the person who shows up in a, giant coat who's trying to basically play Dexter, and they're actually doing blood play in a plastic room, basically.
That's so fucking interesting.
And there are people who are watching, and there's definitely an audience for that. These places usually have, if they have the full room
That
set
is,
up.
I will legitimately go to Pornhub and look Dexter up, see what happens, see what I find.
See if you can find something good.
That's
I don't know.
interesting. It never crossed my mind to connect that show to a kink, because it's like a murder show. Like, I just never connected the dots. But there's got to be someone who's interested in that room. That room is. It's erotic. It's an interesting. Wow. Okay.
Seems like I mean,
I just learned today that Dexter is most definitely a kink for someone. Oh, should we do the thing? Should we do the thing? I'm such an idiot. For those of you like the listeners, we just did the more you know screen and flash in front of us. You only heard it, but you didn't see it. But what does that say? Medical play is a form of knife play, but only highly recommended to have medical knowledge for safety. Probably.
Yeah, you generally want, if you're doing
That's
some
similar
form of
to, like-
medical play, you do definitely want someone who has medical knowledge, or at least be advised by someone who has medical knowledge. Nurses, things like
piercings
that.
and tattoos are very close to surgical procedures. I've seen scenes where they put. I was actually at a party where they actually basically put piercings as a corset on a girl's back. Mm-hmm. So they did like all the things and then tied ribbons from the piercings that they made. It was fucking beautiful, by the way. And then somebody else got lacings like on the what do you call this muscle?
I don't know, calf.
Like on the calf, like on the side, almost of it. They were like laced boots. And they just they did all the lines and then tied ribbons between them. It was fucking cool. It was very beautiful. And again, that was a scene, I suppose, right? Or it was a demonstration of a piercer.
Basically,
I have no idea.
basically a demonstration. But I mean, it could be. These things aren't necessarily pleasant, so that you have to be at least somewhat masochistic or at least really devoted to your art to do something like that.
Yeah. I just had a
The
magician.
average individual does not go and get their back laced up.
I was at a freak show recently where the guy opening for me, I think I mentioned it that day, like when I came back from like the first show after that. One of the guys opening for me or introducing me, he wanted to talk about magic, and he talked about how he saw a guy grab a needle and put it through his arm as he's replicating the trick. So he's actually grabbing a real needle, putting it through his arm, and bleeding all over the fucking place. And it's like, and then I found out it was a fucking magic trick, and I didn't have to do this for real. So he was giving a speech as demonstrating, and then it's like, oh, but I learned how to do this for real. Well, the magician I had seen was just doing a magic trick. And it's like he just taking the needle off. But I'm obsessed with magic, and magic is awesome. It's cleaning up. Like, anyway, next, spider can too. And I'm like, what the what? That was my introduction. Like, the dude cut himself open, like, put a needle through to introduce me, and then I came out and did my fucking card tricks. I should have brought better stuff. But anyway, like, I've seen a demonstration of the needle stuff multiple times, and it never occurred to me to connect that to a kink. I've seen it as a sideshow, and I've seen it as a piercer's demo type thing, but presumably there are some people that do this as an actual scene.
Oh, there's definitely kinks for
Everything.
everything, but
Shrek.
Shrek,
Can we wish Shrek is love? Can we react to that?
Shrek is love, Shrek is life.
Is that
I mean,
appropriate?
it's not really a reaction. I
You've seen it.
I see it all
we
the
know
time.
It. We
I
can
watch
probably
it.
quote it. Oh God! But Shrek is love. I just noticed that there's a Shrek on the random YouTube page we have lying around, and there's a kink for that, right?
I mean,
somebody made a fucking video of getting fucked by Shrek. So,
I mean, I've seen it. I'm not proud of the fact that I saw it,
oh God!
but I've seen it. And by the way, there are more than just animated versions of Shrek having sex.
Oh no!
There
They're
are
like live action people.
There's
cosplaying?
live action people cosplaying Shrek,
Oh no!
and they have sex. It's kind of like the live action SpongeBob one.
Did they paint their dicks or?
Yeah, it's painted.
Oh, why? That's not. I'm hoping that's a green condom.
It didn't look like it.
Oh, why would you insert paint?
I'm sure it was. I'm sure it was entirely safe. Don't do that.
Don't do that. Oh fuck. Okay. Speaking
I've seen some messed up stuff.
there are people into all kinds of shit, and let's come up with a segue here. Hold on. There are people that are into fucking very odd things. Have you heard of people fucking animals?
Yes, I have.
So apparently there's a thing called zoophilia.
Yes, there is.
I
Boy,
found-
this is really going to become a donkey show, isn't it?
Anyway, I just threw that laugh in the middle of that. But yeah, donkey show. You know what? I'm from Mexico. I've never seen one. I never heard of one in Mexico. I don't know what's up with that shit. Is that a stereotype?
I have no idea.
I don't
honestly.
understand where. Maybe we should look where it's more common for people to fuck donkeys.
I don't know.
There's gotta
I
be
mean,
some countries where that's totally.
I basically get most of my information on donkey shows from Clerks. So
Isn't it? Oh God, that's not a good source.
No, it's a bad source.
But
Zoophilia doesn't show up in my circles like at all ever.
So Russia's not keeping an eye on that.
No,
All right.
as far as I know.
The FBI agent that's looking into you is not finding that shit. I'm curious that there is actually a thing about there are some states in this country where that's okay, and there are people that are into fucking animals that will go to that state just to have that scene with a horse, a donkey, whatever the fuck they find to fuck. I remember seeing videos back in like the LimeWire days. Remember that? Or
yeah,
what was that? What was
LimeWire
before
days.
that?
Ooh, what was before LimeWire?
There was something before LiveWire that I had. I forgot what it was called. Oh God, it was a.
Leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you know about LimeWire.
What the fuck? Advertising causes me therapy. But yeah, I remember looking like I think somebody mentioned that like triple X is porn, right? So you could just type triple X and you get all kinds of porn. Now every now and then you look triple X. Kazaa! Yes! I remember Kazaa.
It was
Thank
Kazaa.
you. Thank you for reminding me of that. I think it was Kazaa where I was like, you look for triple X. The thing is, 3Xs are also present on a 5X label. And 5X, I found out, meant animal porn. I did not know that. So like I was like triple X, and then there's some with 5Xs, and I'm like, why would they put an extra 2Xs? And apparently
You found out why they put an extra 2Xs.
And there's videos of this is something that completely confused me. There was videos of a woman making her dog fuck her. Which I'm like, wow, are you that desperate? I in my head, I'm like, she needed dick and couldn't find some dude. But in my opinion, dudes are everywhere that want to fuck anyone. But it was most likely that she had this connection with the dog, and it's a whole different thing that people are into. I got a comment on the chat. It says, I accidentally downloaded that animal crap multiple times. Was Napster before LimeWire? Well, Napster was not really a pirating thing, was it?
There was some pirating stuff going on in Napster, actually.
Because Napster was one of the ones that like Metallica went after them.
Yeah, I think Napster was actually during LimeWire and then slightly after LimeWire.
It says Marilyn Manson Beautiful People was not what it was advertised as. I've actually accidentally found really shitty porn with labels of like wrestling pay-per-views that I was looking for, or movies that I wanted to watch, which I thought
Way back in the LimeWire days, there's so much good stuff that you could find on LimeWire where you download.
There's some porn I've seen only because I didn't mean, like, I downloaded something else and it happened to be porn.
Like, wow, okay, I didn't know that you could fit that up there. Porn.
This comes to show that people have been trolling since before that was known as trolling, because. One of those things that you never think. People say, "Oh, be careful because there's razor blades on the candy," or like they put drugs on the candy for Halloween candy. And I'm like, drugs are expensive. Knives are fucking inconvenient to hide in candy. Nobody's doing that, right? You think, and then you find out that there are people that will purposely just not they don't get to see you find a thing. They just have some pleasure fucking with you.
They get off on the fact that they did it.
Yeah, they put a fucking porn out there with the name, fucking Aladdin or some movie.
Disney's Aladdin.
Yeah, and you download that shit and go, what the fuck is this?
I don't think Aladdin could stick that up there.
Oh, Jasmine's such a crush. By the way, have you seen the new Aladdin yet?
I have not seen the new Aladdin
yet. Oh my god,
yet.
it's so good.
I really want to, though.
Jasmine doing the whole belly dancing thing, just fucking wow. Turned that childhood crush into an adult boner.
I just took that to a dark place. I actually found some interesting stuff. Belly button intercourse actually was
What the fuck? That's a thing?
Yeah, it's a thing.
That's a small dick. Or what, do they just rub it? I'm confused. I don't know how. Do I have to look?
Don't know.
I'm looking that shit up right now.
This is definitely.
Can I go to Pornhub right now? Is that?
Yeah, just don't show anything.
No, I'm not. Porn.
Yeah, so this is gonna be an interesting one. I want Spider's honest reaction to seeing this.
Belly button what?
So yeah, type in belly button, and then I'm gonna go with just intercourse. Down there, click that one.
Belly button it.
Keep going down. I think that one will work. I think
belly button fetish.
Yeah. Where was the one that I saw?
I don't know. We're trying to. Oh my god, that's like just a girl licking a belly button.
I mean, so this is actually like a thing.
But
where was the one that I saw?
I'm gonna put intercourse on top of that.
Yeah,
dude. Intercourse. Let's see what we find here.
Some interesting stuff.
Well, I guess if you're that size, it's a pretty big. Oh wow! Wait, no, that's sex. Wait, that's a belly button. Oh my god, is that a belly button? Dude, that looks like an ass from a distance. But I mean, yeah, it's for bigger people, right?
Yeah, definitely some of that.
Because if you're big, that hole is big enough for a small dick.
So that's a
But I
thing.
feel like a skinny chick like that, there's not. I mean, you're just rubbing someone's belly, right? There's
Yeah.
no like you can't
I
fit a
don't
dick
know.
in there.
The one that there's what here. One second. Let me type something. in.
Go ahead. Oh, you want to type? Here, let me get you on the thing.
Give
sorry.
me to the thing.
This is a weird mouse. Here you go.
Yeah.
Type. Yeah.
All right, you entertain them while I'm looking this up.
Entertain them. What do I monkey? Grab a card. Any card you like. Oh wait, this is not gonna work for audio people. But yeah, so we're trying to find. Well, I just learned that people fuck belly buttons. I had never. Is that a pregnant person? What? I'm confused.
Don't worry about it.
Don't. Let's not and say we did, man. Oh man. God damn it. Are you gonna disturb me? Oh, that's a finger though. Okay. Oh God, what is happening?
This is the stuff. This is the rabbit hole I went down yesterday.
Did you really?
It is a pretty. It is.
Isn't it interesting how comfortable we are pressing like pages into particular a search on Pornhub? But on Google, I never press the second page of search. Like I'm just, if it's not on the first page, I'm done.
Yeah, but unlike Pornhub, it's a little bit
That's
different.
just a blowjob. That's someone fingering a belly. But
Where was it? I know it involved a pen.
What? Can you just describe it? I mean, they're not gonna be able to see it. We're not showing it.
No, we're definitely not showing this.
I think if we get at some point we just transfer this podcast to Pornhub, we can do whatever the fuck we want.
I mean, that's fair. We
And start
could.
showing and reacting to Pornhub videos on Pornhub. We should have a completely different version of the show for Pornhub.
I'll have to send it to you some other time.
Okay.
I'll,
Well, let me know.
oh wait.
Oh,
no,
is that
there's
it?
one- Yeah, there it is.
Are they going all the way into the?
Yeah, they are.
No! Absolutely not. Change subjects. They were sticking a pin all the way into a. No. That's just not. That can't be healthy. Does that go to your stomach? Because I'm sure as a baby, your belly button.
How about this? This gets weird on my level, and that's pretty weird.
It's weird
man.
to you. Fuck.
I ain't gonna knock it. I've never tried it, but all I'm saying
do-
is that doesn't seem particularly not only sanitary. It also doesn't seem particularly okay.
I'm
you do
curious.
you, man.
We should. Yeah, that's very strange. I feel like we should have a Pornhub show that is not the podcast. Like we should still upload the podcast, but have a podcast where we react to porn that we find on Pornhub.
Oh, definitely.
And,
Yeah, let's do
and
it.
talk about stuff with graphic video. Have you ever seen? There's a video, dude. I saw this when I was still learning about sex. There was actual footage, and there exists in the world footage where a dude with a camera on his dick and a girl with a camera in her vagina, and they show what sex looks like
Oh,
from
yeah.
the inside.
Yeah.
And now I thought that was fascinating, just to know what that looks like. And, I don't know what it's called, but that's the thing, right? Like I've seen that footage, so it's not just theoretical. There's porn out there where you can see what sex looks like from the inside, as if you were a dick or a vagina.
Yeah, and
Which
it's
is
cool
very
stuff.
interesting.
I
Yeah.
enjoy it. I enjoy this. The imagery of just what it is scientifically is fascinating to me. But
Yeah, I don't think it was framed as porn. It was most definitely framed as an educational tape type thing. And I thought, oh, fucking hell, it is that computer over there. This is muted. That one's not. I'm sorry, guys, for the blinking, the blipping thing you keep hearing. I don't know what to call that thing.
sound
but
effect.
sorry for the sound effect. It's very annoying. But so fuck me. I just learned that people fuck belly buttons with pens. Why though? Like, is there pleasure there?
no
The pen doesn't
idea.
feel good, and the belly button doesn't have a whole lot of fucking sensors, like sensitive. I don't.
I wouldn't know. I've never fucked my belly button.
I'm assuming it's visual. Is there's a whole seeing a hole stretched? That might be a thing, because some people fuck ear holes and ears don't feel good.
Or it might be the fact of wrong penetration, because the person who's doing
so because is what we talked about. Because you go ew, why? That's fucking why.
that's why.
Because someone will react.
Because you just reacted to it. That's why.
That is such an interesting perspective.
I'll send you like I found. By the way, I went down this rabbit hole and I was like, oh, I was not prepared. Like I thought I was prepared, and I was like, oh, I wasn't prepared. And
Yeah.
I went down this thing. I found like 4 or 5 videos that I
That's so strange.
wanted to show you. I
So-
have such
so is the
wonderful
belly
sites to
button-
show you.
Because in my experience, belly buttons are like closed up in the end. Is that like a stretchable hole? And where does it go?
I'm assuming it goes into
'Cause-
your intestine line.
Because shouldn't that connection like be like died out a long time ago because you don't use it. Because the belly button is,
It seems
if I'm
to
not
me-
mistaken, when you're a baby, that's where you eat from. So
Yeah.
that used to be connected to your stomach somehow at some point in your experience in existence. So fucking that. It's. I mean, how is that different from the poop hole or the mouth hole? Like, they're both the same fucking things, right? And before those two, you had that one. I'm just curious as to if that is that even.
Did we find a new fetish for you, Spider?
No, it's not a fetish. It's an interest. Interests are quite cheap.
Interests are cheap.
Hobbies cost money. Interests are cheap. They're free. But no, it's an interesting. I'm curious as to, because you've seen diagrams of people like the organs and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever seen a diagram that shows where the belly button connects to what? Where does it go?
That's a great question.
Is there?
I have no
I'm
idea.
about to. What is the?
These are some interesting questions that I need answers to.
Oh, what does the belly button looks like inside? Let's look that shit up. Let's see what happens.
Oh, yeah, this is gonna get a little weird.
It's animated. We're fine. What is this? Can I turn the volume?
And
Oh,
direction
why?
towards the belly button. So
Okay.
that's one mystery solved. But lint isn't the only
This
thing.
is
Lint.
just talking about lint and stuff. I don't think this is going to
I want.
Belly button is a scar. Your very first.
interesting.
It forms when
Oh.
a doctor
They just show cutting the belly button, the cord.
Are you
outie, or more likely,
And
are you going to be okay with this?
This is no, I don't know. It's animated, and they're showing what. So they just said that the belly button's a scar, which is fucking weird. What does that say?
Leads to the void of the dark of the,
dark future. Why is the
I'm down.
future dark? You don't know.
Well, the inevitable heat death of the universe.
All right,
would
so yeah,
indicate
we have to do this, by the way. Just because I can.
the more
we have
you
the
know.
animation for the more
People-
you know. We're gonna
People
keep
like
using
to
it
penetrate belly buttons, and we mean penetrate as in going through.
all the way in. Yeah.
Yeah, as in not.
So it's fucking a scar. It's fucking a scar. There are people that are into scars.
yeah.
So it's fucking a scar. That's fascinating. That I can see the connection there.
There you go.
Wow. Okay. No, the more you know, for sure. One more time. Yeah.
I sure hope that's not obnoxious.
Yeah. It's just 3 piano notes. It's fine. I hope it's not annoying, guys. If it is, let me know so I can stop doing it.
It's four piano notes.
Oh, you know it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And technically, the last one's like a flourish.
I think I cut that out because it turns into the peacock logo. I don't know if you knew that.
No, I had no idea.
It's from the TV channel that has like a peacock.
PBS?
Is that a one?
Oh no, not PBS.
NBC or something like that. I don't know which one it is,
remember.
but it turns into that peacock logo after. Do you see the color become rainbow?
Mm-hmm.
That will turn into the logo, and I cut that out because I don't want that logo on the show.
Fair.
But yeah, so. But anyway,
That was a weird tangent to go off into.
which is learn something about belly buttons, and another thing I found about is that there are people that are into Bigfoot.
Yeah.
There is Bigfoot fantasy porn
See, here's something that I haven't seen. I have not seen Bigfoot porn.
on it.
I have not seen Bigfoot
I'm not gonna.
porn.
I'm gonna mute it. Probably. We don't want people, hearing it.
I'm assuming the line, you know what they say about people with big feet.
Uh-oh.
I'm assuming that line gets used a lot.
Probably. Wait.
That is definitely a lot of foot fetish stuff. Hey, look, some hentai.
Some hentai.
Oh.
I thought you said Samantha, and I'm like, who?
Oh, that is. Oh, yeah.
think
Get off that page, please.
Wait, that looks like Bigfoot. So someone with a Bigfoot suit.
Interesting.
Okay. There's another in jungle with some monkey-looking dude. Okay. So that's a thing.
Yeah. So Bigfoot sex.
It's a thing. People. So I didn't think about that, but
A lot of it's just foot fetish stuff, though.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You put foot on Pornhub, you're gonna find a lot of foot stuff. But I didn't think about the connection of having the whole someone has big foot probably has a massive dick. Mm-hmm. So I see that connection now, and I'm like, oh, that's probably why. And also, I think it's something about the unknown. There are people that are into aliens.
Oh yeah.
The fact that it's an unknown, they want to be fucked and probed by aliens.
Aliens.
By the way, there's no way aliens do that. If they're real, there's no way they're sticking shit up your ass to inspect you. That's just not a thing. So somebody somewhere has that's where that started.
Ooh. Somebody
somewhere had a fetish with aliens, and when I wanted them to stick something up my ass, and that became a thing. We got a comment that this is turning into a live reaction video. I love it.
Honestly, the Bigfoot porn isn't so bad. It's just basically a dude in a Bigfoot costume having sex with people.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of the cosplay stuff. That's something that the whole Joker Harley Quinn thing is fucking common.
Like I said, you could look up that Shrek porno. I don't think it's on Pornhub. I don't know. I saw it on.
Is there other pages? Is there other places for porn? Just fucking with you. Shrek. I don't know how to spell Shrek, actually. Oh, yes, K, yeah.
Yeah, it's right there. Yeah, okay.
Oh, that's animated.
There's a lot of animated.
Well, that's like cartoon. This is cartoon porn. So, like, hentai would... Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's actually quite good.
That's not terrible animation, and there's some 3D stuff. Oh, no. So, is there, like, a Shrek video game where they took the
model?
The model from... Because it looks just like Shrek.
I'm pretty sure that's the Shrek Team Racing one.
Well, not to mention Shrek is an actual animated character.
Yeah.
Can someone actually just get their hands on the real thing? Like the actual model for Shrek, so it looks just like Shrek?
It's probably
some of them look very good, and I can't imagine somebody just
also
reproduced.
You stop with that Shrek X Sonic
what
BS.
what?
I know what you're talking about.
Is there a Shrek Sonic thing?
Yeah, it's
You
gonna.
shouldn't have said that out loud, dude.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm already on Pornhub.
I mean, that's
the
not,
rabbit hole.
It's not gonna be there. You'd actually have to go to like
a website for that.
A website for that.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, that's just a lot of regular sex. What the fuck? How is Shrek? Well, it's probably because they didn't find anything, right?
Yeah, it didn't. Most relevant.
Got it. And it just gave me regular porn. Regular boring porn. Are you gonna look something up? But so this is what happens when you put us in Pornhub in front of us.
Where is it?
Is there? Oh, those are cartoons. Oh God, SpongeBob.
Where is it? There's one that I know.
Of what? What do you search? I didn't even see.
It's not on here. I'll have to find it. I'll have to get you like a whole list.
Once again, we have to.
We
should have a show for Pornhub where we actually sort of see what the weirdest thing. Like it'll bring attention to Pornhub. There's some people that are curious about porn, and they don't go to Pornhub necessarily just to find something to jerk off to. They might want to learn something.
Back to belly buttons.
But no, he didn't mean let's talk about belly buttons. He just closed the page and there's a video about belly buttons that we were watching. But anyway, so we got Bigfoot. We got the knife thing. Mm-hmm. We somehow got into belly button.
Yeah, we actually had a little bit of education today, other than just
Other than just fucking around.
Talking about
there's also the whole aerosolized blood that was. I always thought that was very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
What else? I'm out of subjects for now. Animal fucking as something.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Testing your knives. Yeah. So, well, actually, this is something that I was gonna get into. We kind of cut that subject quick. Oh, God damn it! Stop it. So there has been people in the world that have died because they fucked a very large penis.
Yes,
that's a thing that happened. I believe a horse.
Yes, horse is the one that comes to mind.
And it was too big and destroyed the inside of
a fake rumor actually
also,
about Catherine the Great of Russia was that she had sex with a horse and that's how she died. That is not true.
Oh, no.
That is not true. It's actually incorrect. But it is a funny story.
I want to know. Please say it. Say more right now.
Okay, so one of the
God.
old empresses, duchesses, I don't remember, some kind of queen of Russia.
Okay.
Had bad press around her, and one of the stories about her cabinets was that she liked to have sex with animals, and then was eventually.
That seems like an easy insult, isn't it?
It's basically an insult that she had to have sex with, horses and stuff.
Okay.
And then after her death, a lot of people thought that's how she died, is she had sex with a horse and it killed her.
But that's not what happened.
No. She died of a disease, I think.
Oh, okay. There was also probably because the horse had an STD.
The horse had an STD. Oof.
Horse AIDS. But Shit, I lost my train of thought. Fuck. Ah, damn it. No, I was like, oh, that actually brought to mind the whole Napoleon being short. That is probably not true.
Yeah.
That he was most likely
height.
average height, but they were making fun of him. There were cartoons and shit made of him.
Yeah.
So that's how like that thing
The
got
English,
going.
the English
I also
had cartoons to kind of demoralize the French thing and kind of bolster the they had propaganda to bolster the British cause, and so that's how that worked.
I also heard that one of the biggest things that gets quoted a lot to say that the French give up very fast was something that Willie from The Simpsons said a long time ago. And people quote that and like, what? That's a stereotype that the French just give up. That's a thing that for some reason, there's no historical reason to just say that. But apparently, like, Willie from the fucking Simpsons said some line about the French always give up or some shit like that, and it stuck. It's amazing what the Simpsons are responsible for in our society. There's some shit that we grew up with that probably just came from the Simpsons.
Oh yeah, most likely.
That's just a thing. Simpsons porn. Let's look that shit up.
No, don't look that
I've
up.
actually seen that.
Yeah, there's a lot.
That's not uncommon at all.
That's not
Have you ever
uncommon.
seen the Ultimate Showdown
Uh-huh.
of Ultimate? Have you seen the porn version of it? Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
You showed,
Okay.
Yeah, you sent it to me. At
The
one
Ultimate
point.
Orgy of
Yeah.
Homosexuality, I think it's called. Where like every character is guys and they're all fucking each other. It's fascinating. There's got to be a bunch of versions of that fucking song, I think. Anyway, I'm totally tangenting right now. But I think we're out of topics unless you got anything interesting.
I
got a
have,
few
I have
minutes.
some more stuff. Yeah,
Okay.
I was gonna
I'll give you the floor
give me the floor.
and the ceiling, probably the walls too. I don't know.
Do I get this room?
You can borrow it for now.
Are
You're in
you
charge.
serious?
You're in charge of the podcast.
I need to install hooks.
Oh man, I think we would probably break. We have to find the studs. I really want to put a stripper pole in the living room, and a swing somewhere. Probably the bedroom. Sounds like the right place for it.
Dude.
I mean, maybe in my son's
Swings.
room.
I mean, okay, so I'm gonna get
it's
on
not
this,
the swing you're thinking of. You guys are perverts.
but I wanted to get on sex swings. Like, that is a topic I want to get
Well,
to.
you
So like,
lost enough weight to be on one.
yeah,
right?
I can actually. So when I was big, I wasn't able to use sex swings because they weren't really my size, and they're usually indoors, not outdoors.
Mm-hmm.
I have used sex swings outdoors before, but I've never used a sex swing indoors.
Like on a tree.
Yeah,
Oh wow.
on a tree, private
I
property.
mean, you can
it's
also
good stuff.
build a structure, right? Like a some kind of stable structure that. Does that make sense? Kind of like a tripod type, two tripods and a stay between. I don't know. I've seen suspensions where they bring a structure. It's not into the building and it's not on the tree. It's a structure that self-contained.
Well, like the time I was using sex swings, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was maybe a little bit too much like a swing.
Too much like a swing.
Yeah, it was very fun to be on, and then at a certain point, it stopped being about sex and started being about swinging.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, it was
I know. I've seen a video of one of those porns that is like having sex with my stepson or some shit, and it's something like it's obviously fake. Like, it's terribly acted because that's what porn is like. But
those lemon stealing
But
whores.
this lady buys a sex swing. I love that there's a story, and I probably stopped watching when the fucking started because that's weird. But the story was interesting, which is like the mom bought a sex swing and it's like it looked like a cool workout thing, and it's like what? She's like, can you help me install it? And it's like, well, sure, I'll help you install it. And it's like her stepson that like installed it. And it's like, why you put it under the bed? And it's like, so if you fall, you have a safe place to land. And it's like, well, how does it work? And I'm like, I'll show you how it works. And then
no.
like she straps her on the thing, and she just pulls his pants down. And it's like, wait, what are you doing? And she had like she can't move because she's tied into the thing, and then he fucks her. It's like, oh wow, what the fuck? But that's such a weird storytelling thing that somebody would get on a sex swing on a bed without knowing.
There
what
are
it is.
some great literary mysteries that happen in porn. I enjoy them. That would be one of the things that I would
The whole
want to
pizza
do.
guy is fascinating.
Yeah, order a pizza with extra sausage.
Such an
Shows up with a cheese pizza.
the plumber. There's also like you have your pipes.
Yeah, I need to
So-
clean your pipes.
Clean your pipes. God, that's silly.
I love some of the literary things in porn, and there are some really great porns that just have no sense of story, and they know they have no sense of story, so they don't even try.
They don't care.
There's
yeah. People will watch it anyway. I don't understand. So, to me, so something I found out recently is that it's not just my search things that are aimed at me. So my partner, my main partner, was my best friend for a very long time before we were partners, and I actually did call her little sister for a long time. That's just the kind of friendship we had, right? But when we started dating, and it's not like that went away. We still have that kind of friendship, right? But we fuck. So that I can see how that would have built some kind of fetish for like little sister play type thing. I don't have any sisters, so that's not a thing that will connect in my mind. I presume if I had one, that would be a turnoff.
Yeah, it's definitely a turnoff for me. I have two sisters.
Yeah,
and
see,
no,
right?
yeah,
So if you have a sister,
no.
I can assume that would never connect to your mind. Oh, sister's sexy. Not a thing that has ever happened to me. So, but I have my best friend who's my partner. I call her little sister, and sometimes there is some little sister play involved. Now the thing is, Pornhub is full of those when you search for nothing. As you open Pornhub, oh, I fucked my stepbrother. Oh, I fucked my little sister, and it's like. And I thought because I had searched it in the past, I was just remembering my searches. But that's not the case. Apparently, it's become quite a normal thing for people to watch porn with little sister, stepbrother storylines. They're obviously not. But there's a story, like, again, it's poorly enacted things where, like, the mom is in the kitchen and they're fucking secretly. Like, that's a thing that's been told a lot in porn. And I'm very curious as to how that became like the norm. Why is that so common? Because I would think that is definitely some deviant shit that most people are not looking for.
To me, that is really deviant shit because...
Well, I'm pretty sure the average person wouldn't fuck their family member. It's just not a thing. Now, the fact that they say stepbrother, stepsister might be a thing that does happen a lot. We come from a generation of a lot of divorced parents. Mm-hmm. Your parents are not divorced, right?
No, my parents are not divorced.
What the fuck are they waiting for? I'm sorry. After a while, you're sick of each other, right? That's like a thing. That's what.
I have no idea.
You fucking deviant. You didn't grow up in two different households hating each other?
I know, right? I grew up with an entirely intact family where everyone actually loves and supports each other.
Your family is so fucking supportive. It's weird. Most people I know come from divorced parents that hate each other. And like some people are like, oh, I don't even talk to my dad. I don't talk to my dad.
I work with the dude.
He's your coworker.
He's my coworker.
He's not your boss. He's directly your coworker.
He's my coworker. We have a great
equal.
time, and he's an awesome worker, and we help each other.
So fucking strange.
We have a great time together. It's weird.
Yeah, but
I love my dad. He's awesome.
You'd agree most people our age have some problems.
Yeah, I mean, I see it a lot. I never experienced it.
So presumably, most people have grown up with a stepbrother or stepsister that maybe they have found attractive, right? Presumably, most people our age, that's probably why in Pornhub around now, which is when people are becoming old enough to be looking that shit up, have that experience. It's kind of like making Nintendo 64 jokes now.
I don't know. We'd have to see.
Some of us had it. Like most of us had it.
I would have to see because like I remember like seeing way back in the LimeWire days of seeing like My Hot Teacher and stuff like that. I don't know. Like
we just gotta comment that my stepsister is pretty hot. See another person with parents that are divorced and have other kids and stuff. But for the record, there's a difference between a half brother and a half sister, or a stepbrother and a half brother. Because I have both. I have a stepbrother.
I have a regular brother,
and I have two half brothers that actually are my mom's kids, just with different dad. So that's an interesting. I wonder if that's so it's still, is it illegal? We're in Texas. Isn't that like a thing? There's a stereotype that people fuck their cousins or some shit.
I mean, yeah, but I don't really know about any of that.
I'm not gonna
like
throw
this
you.
is definitely like
not your expertise.
Not my expertise. I stay away from the whole stepbrother stepsister thing. It is not my kink. It is definitely not my kink.
I'm particularly curious as to how that became so fucking common.
Incidentally, we found a kink of mine that I'm not into. So there's
the belly button thing.
I mean, the belly button thing is one of them, I guess. Yeah.
And the brother
and sister thing. I can see. Really...
Well, I can't imagine that's common, because my experience, again, my situation is very unique, very strange, because how many people have a best friend for years that they at some point just started referring to as their little sister? That's not very common, I don't think. And then I end up having sex with them later on, and no, we're not related in any way, but I can see that's a very strange situation. And the only reason I don't see a connection with like something that would be gross is because I don't have sisters. That's the only reason. But most people, even if they had, like, if I had been in the exact same situation and I have had a sister, the whole thing would be, that connection would bother me, right? Mm-hmm. Because most people just connect to the personal experience, and I don't have that experience. I've never been that big brother taking care of my little sister from boys that are perverts. Like, that's not been my experience. So it's just it's strange. But yeah, so we got like 10 minutes left. You got anything, any other kink you want to shift to so we don't keep talking about this?
Yeah, a lot of awkward kinks, especially for me. I mean, that stepsister one's a little weird for me personally, but I guess it's just because of the way I was brought up and
Speaking
stuff.
of Shrek and Sonic, is there any animated character you had a crush on growing up?
Ooh, Misty from Pokemon.
Are you serious? Really?
Mm-hmm. Way back when
Was
when
she
I was a
hot?
kid.
I don't remember.
When I was a kid.
She had like short shorts and like suspenders, right? That's the one.
I still like
Interesting.
suspenders. Suspenders
I
on.
just bought new suspend. I don't know why I brought that up.
I like suspenders on my men, on my women, on my whatever you
Is that why
want.
Tyler's your best friend?
Yeah. No.
We're not identifying anyone. Who don't know who that is.
No, the
I'll take his name off of it later.
No, I mean him wearing suspenders has nothing to do with that. No, I just like suspenders on people being sexy.
We got a comment on the chat saying Misty was the fucking hottest.
Yeah, I still like my partners in suspenders, not gonna lie. It's just
Really?
sexy. It's just I find suspenders sexy.
Is there a way to wear suspenders with no pants?
No, it kind of like goes on with the pants, but like
Can you imagine putting them on leggings, like the leggings, and then?
I mean, that'd be a little weird.
Been
but-
interesting.
I mean, I just cut a hole in the pants, so you know.
I mean that makes sense. Yeah. So kind of like those chapless things.
Yeah, short shorts with suspenders. I'm in it.
Fascinating. That's not a common look anymore, is it?
No, it's not.
Nobody does that.
No.
I know. I had a crush on. I said it already. Jasmine from Aladdin. Oh my fucking! I don't know why. I just don't know why. Like I liked her. She was hot. And the Pink Ranger, which for the record is the same. I thought that was a weird connection. That actress that played Jasmine on the real life Aladdin also played the Pink Ranger on the new Power Rangers movie, which is fucking weird. But what else? Like I'm trying to think of what characters were hot before that was like looked in like that. So there are people from our generation.
Hot before like you knew what really hot was.
Yeah, like, just kind of like for some reason, fucking Sailor Moon.
I was never really into like the Sailor Moon
really?
characters. The one that I liked was Jupiter. Fight me.
Why?
Jupiter's the best.
Wasn't she the tallest one?
Yeah, she was the tallest one.
Yeah, she was hot. Yeah. I like
Some people are like, no. It's like Mars or something, and I'm like,
what's wrong with Jupiter? Oh, she's the tallest because Jupiter is the big. Oh my god, I never thought of that.
oh my god.
He just face palmed on me. Oh god. Dude, I didn't analyze the fucking show. I remember I was obsessed with roses for the longest time because of the tuxedo mask guy that would throw the. I can hear her choking on that joke.
Why didn't you bring this up last week when we were talking about sensation play?
I don't know.
Tuxedo Mask and roses. And
I wonder,
Sailor
is
Moon.
there-
that
is-
was a very sexual show. Thinking back on it,
Was it? Can we rewatch it? I don't remember.
that would be an interesting one. Going back and rewatching, being like, that joke seems a little sketchy. Or
Did you find the nurse from Animaniacs hot? Hello, nurse.
no, not really. Actually,
I was watching a thing about like the actors were talking about it, like, and this is back when, an 8-year-old being obsessed with a 30-year-old woman was not weird. Like, oh no, it was weird. We just didn't talk about it. Because like
I'm
they were
not gonna
boys.
lie. I mean, when I was a kid, I had a thing for a teacher.
You had a thing for teachers?
I had a thing for a
Wow, that's
teacher.
another thing. We've talked about this before. The people that had a
Yeah.
crush on teachers.
I had crushes on teachers.
I think I had a crush, but I was in high school though. Like I was probably 16.
No, I was.
When I had a crush on one of the
was
teachers.
not.
That's the first teacher
I
I
was
can
a
think
little
of.
shit kid. Like I was. I was a little shit.
But it's not bad, right? Like you find your sexuality is never on purpose. You just,
No.
it just kind of clicks and somebody has the right things on, and I wonder like how many kids now. This is something that didn't happen when we were growing up, most likely. But there are kids now. For example, Sandra might have a teacher with like colored hair one day, with tattoos. Shit that we didn't see back in the day.
No, never seen.
So another thing, but now
I actually had I think it was my first or second grade teacher that I ended up seeing like she actually had a tattoo, and I didn't realize because she always kept it covered.
Yeah, they keep their life secret. But like nowadays, it's so common that that's not a problem. Like you can find a teacher who's, who has like a YouTube thing. Like he's a public person and do their own thing in their personal lives, and that's not a thing. I mean, as long as they can. Jesus Christ. As long as, sorry guys, I'm sorry for the noise. Like I swear, I thought I already went in there. I have to restart the computer or something. Something's misrouted. But yeah, basically, I was under the impression that that was supposed to be bad, but that's changed. Just society's changed, right? Colored hair, piercings, tattoos. That's no longer a thing that disqualifies you for a decent job. And I know that my son maybe one day might have a crush on a teacher because she's alternative. Or he's alternative, and that's what he's known his whole life. My son has been seeing me wear makeup and trip pins every fucking day, so maybe that's the thing he's familiar with. Did you have any teachers that like made you feel weird, like that somebody that stood out for you?
No, none really like that. There were some teachers that none of the teachers that I had were like alternative like that, where they had like colored hair or we had weird personality stuff. There were a lot of teachers who were just really cool.
There might have been some that went like to concerts and shit, but
there was definitely some that went to concerts. I actually knew a teacher who went to a rock concert because I saw him there. And I was like, "Hey, you're not supposed to be here."
When you realize they're people.
Yeah, when you realize the teacher is a person, and you're like, "Oh, I mean, that happened pretty early on for me."
I remember having a teacher in high school that was mad and then said, "Blame my boyfriend for breaking up with me," or some shit like that. And I was like. Instantly, I was like, "That's so inappropriate. How are you gonna tell the students my boyfriend broke up with me? That's why I'm in a shitty mood today." That's just not. You don't bring that up. So that's a thing that I remember happening in my high school. But I mean, again, I was old enough to realize she has a life. Like, obviously, she doesn't live for this job. I know one of my close friends is a teacher, and he's transgender. And again, kids get to grow up with this. Being people like, and he has colored hair too, so it's one of those. It's such a weird thing. I wonder if that's gonna change the game for like crushes when you're in school. I mean, there's already been a bunch of stories of people fucking their teachers, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of those.
A lot of those stories.
A lot of those.
But anyway, we are running out of time here. Is there anything you want to plug in before we and not my butt? Saving the joke before you throw it in there.
What like what I'm gonna do to your butt?
Oh, no, that's a bad joke. It didn't kick in right. So yeah. Anyway, we had one in high school. No shit, I didn't even know that. Somebody that went to high school with me says that was one of those. So I think we're pretty much out of subjects here. And
we're out of subject. We're also out of time. So thank you guys very much for watching.
Absolutely.
If you guys do have any topics that you want us to discuss, shoot us an email.
freakingdeviant@gmail.com.
And if you guys, thank you guys very much for watching. Thank you guys very much for listening, especially if you're listening on the toilet or while playing a game. Thank you.
Wipe your hands. Wipe your hands.
Wipe your hands.
Wipe your ass. Shit.
Also, wipe your ass
with the same towel.
Don't do it with. Oh God. Don't do it with the same towel.
I had to ruin everything. I'm sorry.
Oh my God, you just made me think of something.
Oh, let's talk about it.
Not right now. We only have 2 minutes to go, and I am not jumping into that rabbit hole.
Oh, another one? Fuck.
Yeah, we're not diving in there. We don't have enough time.
Well, thank
I'll bring it up next week, and it's not going to be a fun
listening.
one.
Please join us. Please join the conversation. This is supposed to be a conversation, not only between us, but you guys. We want you guys to join the conversation and bring topics, weird shit that you never thought about talking about. We're very open. Anything that you can think of that might throw us off guard, we like that. It's kind of cool. And but yeah, so we are live every Wednesday night around 8:30 p.m. Central Time. You can find us on Twitch, The Freak and the Deviant. You can find us on YouTube, The Freak and the Deviant, and you can also find us in the website, which is freakanddeviant.com. You can find us on iTunes and Google Play if you want to just listen and not look at our ugly faces. But yeah, anything else?
No, I have nothing.
Awesome. Thank you guys very much. My name is Spider.
I'm Alexander.
And life is chaos.
And nothing is sacred.
Good night, everybody. 2, 3, 4, and 5.